my beautiful friends. So I have a new subscriber, yay! Her name is Drea, and her alias on YouTube is API0I3. And she's a new subscriber of mine, and she's looking into getting either VSG or DS. And she left me a couple of comments on a video that I did a couple weeks ago with some questions about the duodenal switch. Some of these questions can be found online, just Googling. Some of them are more of my opinion. So I'm going to answer them all, and if you want to Google, feel free. If you want to listen to me, feel free. All of these answers, there's going to be a but, okay? As in, I'm going to give you an answer, and you can always say, but what if? Yeah, there's a but to everything. There's always exceptions, whatever, alright? I'm going to give you a friggin' answer. Take it or leave it. Okay, here we go. So she asked me, how long is the actual surgery? There is no answer to that. Okay, duodenal switch is by far the longest out of all 4 weight loss surgeries. Average time is about 3 to 4 hours. Excuse me. It's usually closer to 4 hours. It depends on your obesity. It depends on your BMI. It depends on whether or not your liver is large. It depends on so many things. There's so many words that want to come out of my face at the same time. I don't even know what to say. It depends on so many things. I have friends that have been on the table for as long as 8 hours. I mean, complications can happen constantly. If you're a revision patient, when I was revised from a lap band just to a VSG, when they couldn't complete my duodenal switch, I was on the table for almost 6 hours. And they didn't even get my duodenal switch done because I had that many problems inside me. And they only took me off the table because I have epilepsy, and they didn't want to keep me under anesthesia that long. So they probably would have if I didn't have epilepsy, and Lord knows how long I would have been under. So, you know, basically I don't have an answer for you, but if everything was textbook, there were no issues, your liver was not swollen, it would take about 4 hours. So that's my answer. Is it a safe surgery? Assuming your surgeon is one of the good ones, yes. When I say one of the good ones, I mean he's got at least 100 duodenal switch surgeries under his belt. Don't go to see him unless he's got close to 80 to 100 under his belt. I'm serious about that. I preach that, okay? The duodenal switch is by far the hardest to learn. It's by far the hardest to do. It takes a very long time to learn it, to do it, and do it properly. So make sure that the surgeon you choose has been doing it for a long time and has a lot of experience doing it. So I am a firm believer that the surgeon you choose has a lot of them under his belt. Okay, make sure of that. Do you regret getting the surgery? No. What I do regret is having the 2 surgeries I had before this. What is the advantages and disadvantages of the surgery? Advantages, that's easy. You lose by far the most body weight than you do with the other surgeries, assuming you follow the correct diet that goes with the surgery. And so you're capable of lowering your body mass index the most. With this surgery is what you would choose if your body mass is in the highest index. Okay? This surgery is not for lightweights. This is for the heavy hitters. So it's wonderful for that. And I was only 5'2" when I had my surgery. And I was 2 pounds shy of 400 pounds. So my BMI was 72.8. So with a BMI of almost 73, I needed this. This is what I should have taken the first time around. Disadvantages? The only disadvantage is the potty problems that you can run into if you eat incorrectly. Okay? The potty problems I don't go into candidly on camera because a lot of people are squeamish about talking about poop. And there aren't a lot of duodenal switch patients on YouTube. So talking about poop problems on YouTube is not going to benefit many people. So, you know, talking about a squeamish subject that isn't going to help a lot of people is kind of pointless, which is why I don't talk about it. So if you want to know about it, send me a private message through YouTube and I will tell you about it. But I'm not going to talk about it on camera because it's not going to benefit many people, okay? Okay, do a response video, I'm doing it. Is it a safe surgery? Okay, we talked about that. Can you get pregnant after the duodenal switch? 100% absolutely. I have a friend that had 2 babies, 2 very, very healthy babies. However, I want to warn you that those babies are healthy because that woman is religious about taking her vitamins properly, getting in high doses of protein, and eating the correct way. Okay? So yes, you can have very healthy babies after having the duodenal switch if you eat correctly and take your vitamins. Alright? What is the recovery time after surgery? In general, your doctor's gonna give you about 4 weeks off of work. 2 to 4 weeks off of work. But, I was up and running easy after 10 days. So, yeah. What is the most weight I can lose from the duodenal switch? I don't know what you weigh now, but it would be based off a percentage. An average percentage weight loss for a duodenal switch is, I think it's 70 and 80%. I used to have a website. I gotta find it. I have it. If I have the link, I'll put it below. But there was a website that listed all the average percentages for the 4 surgeries, and I think duodenal switch is between 70 and 80% weight loss, and so about 70 to 80% of what you weigh now is what you'll lose, or excuse me, your 70 to 80% of your excess body weight is what you can expect to lose. So just to give you an example, if you have 100 pounds of excess on you, expect to lose 70 or 80 pounds of that. But if you hit it hard, you could probably lose all of it, okay? What is the side effects of not getting enough protein? Malnutrition. I'm not kidding. Malnutrition. Don't fuck around with the duodenal switch. Do not fuck around. You're going to malabsorb 45% of your protein. You will only absorb 55% of your protein. Okay? So, if you cannot commit to eating enough protein a day, Do not have the duodenal switch because you're asking for it. You're asking for malnutrition. You're asking to get stuck in the hospital. You're asking to get fed protein shakes, and you're asking for IVs. And you're asking to get fed like an invalid. I'm serious. I've seen it. It's not pretty. How will I know after surgery if I have a leak? You're gonna have vomiting. You're gonna be vomiting blood. And sometimes you're gonna be vomiting bile and blood. But there are other ways too. Not too sure about the leaking. There's also a leak. Well, first, there's also a leak test. They don't even let you, they don't give you water. Immediately after surgery, they don't give you a thing. Until the morning after surgery, they give you a leak test. They drag you into a room and make you swallow this stuff. Ugh. God, that was nasty. In front of a machine, and they watch it go down your stomach, and they see if you've got a leak, and they check you there. And if you look good, you look a-okay, they let you start sipping. You can start sipping liquid. Alright? Now if you go home and you start sipping and you start vomiting blood, bile, whatever, you go back to a hospital, you go back to an ER, they're going to give you another leak test. And that's how they're going to know whether or not you got a leak. If I live upstairs after surgery, will I be able to come home, or should I have a family house who stays downstairs? Yeah, you'll be able to go upstairs, certainly. But it's gonna just be patient with yourself getting up the stairs. You're just gonna have to go one stair at a time. But absolutely. Is the surgery done laparoscopic, or is it an open surgery? That depends on your surgeon. Mine was done laparoscopic, but there are still a few surgeons who do it open. Okay, but that's gonna depend on your surgeon and what your surgeon prefers and what your surgeon thinks is safest for you. Okay, because I don't know your situation. I don't know your medical history. There might be a reason why he would want you to have it open. So, you know, it depends. So, yeah. So I hope this helped you. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment for me, Drea. And again, if you have any questions about potty problems, send me a PM and I'll help you out with that, okay? I hope this helped. And I hope it helped anybody else who might want to do a duodenal switch. Alright guys, have a great night. Bye.